Okay, now that you've got your ribbon measured and prepped, you can just go ahead and put that aside and we'll get started making the actual tutu portion. So we're working with tulle, and tulle can be a little bit hard to work with just because it's so big and fluffy. So what I like to do is to actually fold our tulle in half and then in quarters. So that's what we have here today. You can see it is much narrower here than if we had just the whole thing laid out on the table. So once you have your tulle folded over in a manageable size, what you want to do is take it and just kind of roll it up in on itself, again to make it a little easier to work with. And from here, we're going to cut our strips that we're going to tie onto our tutu to make the poof. And instead of cutting the entire way down the length of our tulle, it's much easier to cut a folded piece of fabric. So once you have this cut down or folded down, you're just going to take your scissors and literally cut strips down along the tulle. Now, it's up to you how wide you want the strips to be. The wider they are, the more poofy your tutu is going to be. The narrower they are, the more work you're going to have to actually do to make the same amount of poof. If you want to integrate several colors, it might be a good idea to do a narrower strip. If you're kind of in a hurry, it might be a good idea to do a wider strip. So today we're going to just kind of guesstimate, and we'll say we'll do about a 5-inch strip, and I think that will look really nice. So we're just gonna go ahead and eyeball, and if you're working with a lot of tulle, you might have to kind of work it cutting. Make sure you have some good sharp scissors, and we'll just put that to the side. We'll continue cutting about the same amount all the way down until we get to the end of our tulle. Now, an important thing to note is that when you get to the end of your tulle, any portion that is folded, you need to cut that fold off. Otherwise, your strip is actually going to be double the width at that side. So here, where you see we have our multiple folded sections, all I'm going to do is see through the tulle, find the shortest portion right here, and I'm going to cut that portion off. So once you've cut all of your strips, you can go ahead and take a look. We're now ready to start on our tutu. We have these nice wide strips that we're going to tie onto our ribbon.